charged with reckless driving and driving while intoxicated, pleading guilty. 2007, arrested for DUI, and now arrested for DUI. And that's just not the that's just the beginning. Again, other issues. I'm just going to sum these up here. In 2007, had multiple complaints that were raised against Stevens by other residents in his condominium complex. Complaints including vomit on their doors, condoms on the back porch, and loud parties at all hours of the night, and various noise complaints. 2010, while here in Tampa, he was charged with possession of marijuana. He'd been playing loud music when the officer smelled marijuana and discovered 38 grams of it in his car. 2011, he was arrested and charged with felony battery for punching 2 bouncers in Tampa. And then here's the kicker. 2012 was arrested on investigation of assault following an altercation that left his fiancée soccer star Hope Solo injured. But in a Kirkland, Washington court, the judge dropped the case following a day for lack of evidence. And then the next day, they were married. Okay. If you want to find an excuse for Hope Solo, there it is. Now again, is the big man upstairs gonna take care of them when their time comes? Yeah, probably. I don't know. I'm not someone that's gonna say certain things, or again, because I'm not him. Man upstairs, he'll deal with them when their time comes. But when you start to realize the story of Hope Solo a little bit, and start to see the types of places that she's been in, you start to get it. And now with her most recent domestic abuse charge, again, there's been a certain double standard as to whether or not she should be suspended from the national team for longer than that. Now, let's take a look at Hope Solo's issues. Again, even before she met Stevens, she did have some issues as well. Just looking here again, various controversies with her previous teams early on in her career. Getting suspended for saying certain things, for being in certain situations. So yeah, there's a lot of issues. She was intoxicated following the 2008 Summer Olympics when she was on the Today Show the next day. Absolutely intoxicated. She said, when we were done partying, we got out of our dresses, got back into the stadium coats, and at 7 a.m. with no sleep, we went on the Today Show drunk. Okay. This was admitting it several years later. Okay. But it's just a pattern. It's so much. And again, with this most recent domestic issue, while there is absolutely no excuse whatsoever for this, you can kind of see where it stems from. Honestly, you really do. What amazes me, and again, I don't know their life, I'm not here to. Again, I don't know every detail. But I have no idea how you can get married the day after your soon-to-be husband or your fiance kicks the absolute bleep out of you. And I guess I say bleep. Sometimes kids listen to the show. I don't get it. At first. And then you start to see what Stevens has been through. And you start to see what Hope Solo's been through. There's so many emotions I'm feeling right now. You're angry that the U.S. Soccer Federation didn't do enough. You're angry at Hope Solo, who, again, may be a great woman, but let's be honest. Married a scrub. Did not marry the right guy. Now, my next question would be, for myself, do I think that Hope Solo deserves to be suspended for 30 days? The answer is no. Hope Solo should be suspended for 1 year from the women's national team, and that includes the World Cup. The NFL started to set a standard when they suspended Adrian Peterson for the whole season, when they initially suspended Ray Rice for 2 games, I believe, and it was an outrage, and then corrected the issue after the second video came out and then suspended him for the whole season. Soccer has been behind in this country for so long on so many issues, whether it be marketing, whether it be finance, whether it be the ability to recruit great players. And it also is behind on when it comes to discipline of its star athletes. I personally think that Hope Solo should be suspended for the 1 year. And yes, that includes the World Cup. Do I think it's going to hurt the U.S.'s chances in the World Cup in the summer? Yes. The U.S. women's team is a top 5 team every single year. And they always have a chance to win the World Cup. But does Hope Solo deserve to be on this team right now? No. Not at all. I think that she needs some time away to think about the choices she's made in her life. And again, some of you are probably saying, if you take the game away, what's she going to do? She's probably going to be worse. Maybe. But it's unfair for all the other women in that car to be placed in such a dangerous situation when the man's drunk. When Jeremy Stevens is drunk. Let's just call it what it is. He was drunk. And even if you use buzzed, buzz driving is drunk driving. You can still get arrested for it. Do I think in 1 year Hope Solo will have learned her lesson? If this scenario were to occur? I don't know. I really don't. But do I think she deserves the privilege of going to the World Cup? Again, a dream that men and women alike would kill to go and represent their country on a world stage. She does not deserve that privilege at all. Not at least this year. Not until she cleans up some things in her life. And is that going to be easy? No. Not even close. Again, I'm a guy. It's very difficult for me to put myself in a woman's shoes. High heels, maybe. And for them to go through a relationship where it's so one-sided, there's abuse, there's a lot of issues going on, and yet she's still around. One of the hardest things to do in that situation is to leave. Morally, from a religious perspective, yeah, absolutely. It's one of the hardest things to do. Divorce, yeah. Couldn't even imagine what that would be like. Do I know people going through that situation? Yeah. It's not good. It's not easy. I'm not here to put myself in their shoes because there's no way I can. I can only sympathize. Would that be a suggestion for Hope Solo? Simply suggestion. I'm not I'm not here to say one thing or another, really, because I'm not in her shoes. Hope Solo's 33 years old. She's towards the end of her career. Does she want to be remembered for one of the best goalkeepers, if not the best U.S. goalkeeper to ever play? Or does she want to be remembered for marrying an okay NFL player who treated her like crap and put her in situations where she risked her career? So yeah, that's honestly my opinion. And if people you want to hate me for it, sure. That does not bother me at all. Because I see it now in 2014 and 2015. People are standing up for themselves now, and it's becoming a much bigger issue over domestic violence. The NFL has stepped up with a great policy. First offense, I believe it's 8 games. Second, domestic issue, lifetime suspension. I think it's a great step forward. Again, do I personally believe that if a domestic dispute occurs one time, they should be suspended for life? Yes. My opinion, yes. But the NFL does it differently. So do I think Hope Solo screwed up? Yes. Do I think the U.S. Soccer Federation screwed up? Yes. Do I think the U.S. Soccer Federation still has an ability to correct their mistake? Yes. Look at the NFL. They were able to correct their mistake. And they should suspend Hope Solo for the World Cup, at least. If not a year, at least the World Cup. Because that may soon open her eyes and understand, wow, I'm not in a good place in my life right now. I have people in my life that shouldn't be here. Let's start taking care of that. The next song I have is Midnight City by M83. You're listening to the Spicy Sports Show with Sam Cerrone on Spreaker Radio.
Waiting for